All right, welcome to the podcast, Ben. Hey, Nick.
Hi.
You ready? So, what really draws your interest to music and your style?
Well, music, I guess, just grew up around music, family influence, obviously. My dad's a music teacher, and just really encouraged me to do music. But I mean, besides his encouragement, I think I just fell in love with music in general, and just what you can do with it, and how long it's been evolving, and how it will always evolve. And I think that's really cool, and the way just it connects people is like nothing I've ever seen. It's a very strong force.
Yes, music is a very moving thing in our society. It's very, like many revolutions, like apartheid, there's many songs about it. I think
Right.
music helps bring culture and people together.
Yeah, I think it really captures a moment and a state of mind, and emotion, and color.
So you write your own songs, correct?
Yeah.
So where do you really draw your inspiration from?
I guess a lot of places, jazz, definitely. Beatles, of course.
Great band.
Yeah. Early blues music.
Oh, gotta love the blues.
Yeah. It's some of my favorite stuff. Early pop music from like the 30s and 40s. I think is really cool. A lot of French music. I listen to a lot of French music. So I think that's really where my style stems from. And now, my style's changing all the time. I'm trying to incorporate things that I hear in other music. I'm like, ooh, I like that. I'll take that. Chet Baker is a huge influence too. But now I'm kind of, I think I'm kind of starting to merge the kind of cool jazz feel with more, not really hip hop, but on the verge of being like hip hop, I guess.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nick, what do you have to say about that?
Really interesting to hear your influences, and how so many different genres have shaped your style. And I've heard you play a lot. I can hear a lot of jazz influence, especially in your guitar playing. But you also play the drums too. And what other instruments do you play besides guitar?
Yeah. So I guess my main are guitar, and I play French horn in the school band. I've been playing French horn since 4th grade. And I've been taking piano lessons. I'm very bad at piano. Don't practice. I recommend to anyone taking piano to just really put in the time, because that instrument takes a lot of time, and it's worth it. And I'm a fool for neglecting that, Yeah, and drums. I grew up with a drum set in my house. I like to bang away and whatever I can get my hands on. Really.
So one of the beauties of the York Music Department is that we have such a great program and so many different programs, the main one being Logic Pro 10, and you can basically be a one-man band. And so how has that shaped your music, and so how you can record yourself and make a song with you playing all the instruments?
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, I mean, right now, I'm kind of new to the songwriting thing. I've only been writing for 2 or 3 years, I guess. But so it's hard to rely on other people when you kind of don't even know what you want from yourself. So being able to kind of have an idea and just you play around with it and just see what you like is really hard to do when it's just you, and it's only your mind. So having Logic is really cool to just put ideas down and then, record a new instrument or a new part over that. And if you don't like it, I mean, you get rid of it, you try something new. And it's just really cool to have, me personally, I think I can be very scatterbrained. So to have it all laid out, even physically, I can see it. I can see the different parts in front of me. And I think that really helps writing and just exploring.
Interesting. So how long have you been playing guitar for?
I would pick up the guitar when I was like 5 or 6 or whatever, but I didn't really get serious with it until like really high school, I guess. I started just working a little harder at it and listening more, definitely, and just trying to every time you pick up your instrument, and I don't do this all the time, but what you should be doing every time you pick up the instrument, you should be working towards something new, or solidifying something. And I think I just kind of had that mindset going into high school.
It's good. So, going off of that, what goals have you set for yourself in the past and going forward?
Yeah, well, in the past, I guess I just wanted to learn chords and just where to put my fingers, essentially. And a lot of guitar players kind of don't really learn all the note names on the fretboard, I guess, which is, you can get away with that, but I think to really dive deeper with the instrument, you really gotta know every part of the fretboard and the patterns and the different relationships between different spots, because I think it's a very hard instrument, because unlike piano, it's not laid out. It's offset pretty much by 6 strings, going up by fourths or whatever. Where piano is just laid out, and each note looks like the same note. Like a C is always going to look like a C no matter where you are on piano. But guitar, you get a C in a bunch of different spots. So it's just knowing that and being comfortable with that.
So how many different groups are you in right now, and what instruments do you play in them?
Yeah, so I play in a gypsy jazz trio. I play guitar and I sing in that. I play in York. It started at York. Johnny Moon and the Astronauts. I play guitar and I sing a bit for that group too. And then I play in a York jazz combo. Outside of school, I play bass for that, which is a very different animal than guitar. It may not seem like it, but it's a whole different way of thinking. And I play in a group with my friend Henrik, and I play guitar in that and sing, and he plays drums.
That's cool. So how has the York Music Department influenced you, especially with Logic Pro, as you being able to just play guitar and place another instrument over that and using the notes that you made and just put another instrument over it?
Yeah, well, I think the software is one thing, but I think it's the teachers that have really influenced me the most with that. because anyone could get their hands on a hammer and some nails, but not really know what to, you could do a number of things with a hammer and nails, but, it's just a tool. But you have the right person tell you what to do, and you are just creating in ways you probably never would have thought of, or destroying. But, yeah, the teachers, Mr. Riddle, Mr. Gemco, and Mr. Pavlik, Mr. Oswald, Miss Marinetti, all of them have just really, I've never felt discouraged after having a conversation with them about anything. I've always felt more inspired than before the conversation. I've always felt like they've showed me just a new perspective on music. And maybe if I was doubting myself at all, they would talk me out of that, I guess, and just tell me to go, just run. And I've been, doing that a bit more, and it's I think that's really, and everyone, not just me, every kid in the music department, I think, has been influenced by the teachers in some way. There are kids, I shouldn't say kids, peers. Some of my peers are doing things that, I've never seen before, just with music and just creating. It's so creative. And the practice room situation every Thursday, the kids are fighting to get a practice room, which I've never seen before in my entire life.
Yeah.
You would
it's
not,
pretty crazy.
You would not think that many people would want to stay after school in a practice room and just but that's what's cool right now. That's what's being brought into the mainstream, and that's the teachers, forming that culture.
Oh yeah. It's so accessible now with Musicians Club, but also I would
it's
say
definitely a lot easier to get your voice out there, especially with like YouTube and any other video streaming site where it's user uploaded. Like back in the old days, like maybe 50 years ago, you'd probably have to send a letter applying for like a grant to like a record company.
Yeah, right.
But now you can easily get yourself out there on YouTube. There's many people have shown there. Social media everywhere. It's so easy.
And I would say for anyone that's interested in music, it's good to join the club. But the way you really get into it, I would say do Music Production 1 with Mr. Gemko. That is a really great class. I went through all 3 of them. I think, are you in 2 right now, right?
Yeah.
And so how has that specific class influenced your skills at producing music?
Yeah, it's got me more comfortable with the software. And it's brought me closer to a lot of people too, and people are a bigger resource than any computer software, in my opinion. But putting those 2 together,
definitely produces a lot of great results.
Yeah,
and definitely great talent.
Yeah, and I'm working on projects with other people that have brought me out of my comfort zone. Not really comfort zone, but like I guess what I would do. It's brought me to a new light, and that's really cool. And that can only happen with forced collaboration from a class. No, I'm just kidding. But just getting to know people and sharing ideas.
So what do you plan on doing with music after high school?
Yeah, so I think I want to get my music ed degree, just to have it, and but mainly I want to perform and compose music. I think my dream job would be a songwriter for Disney.
That'd be awesome.
Wow.
But that's very tough. But I can dream, and definitely songwriting. I want to be a big component of whatever I do.
No dream is too big.
Right. I got it. Okay, this is "Hold Me," and this is an original song. My shoes come right off when you hold me. Sugar coated skies turning slowly. I've got you in my pocket, never letting you go. You look very lovely, just thought you should know. Closer, and I whisper in your ear that things don't seem so strange every time you are near. I hope that I will never have to bid you goodnight, 'cause I really love it when you hold me so tight. Almost holy when don't ever stop. I hope that I will never have to bid you goodnight. 'Cause I really dig it when you hold me so tight. So hold me, unfold me. It's almost holy when you hold me. So hold me, unfold me. It's almost holy when you hold me.
Thank you for joining us today, Ben.
Thanks for
Thank you for the
having me.
song. So, hold me, and thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
And that concludes.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
This was very fun.
Yes.